What's good, ladies and gents of YouTube? BBKDRAGOON here with an FFA. This is me playing here in the Rumble Pit playlist. I did not get the sword off the start, which is a little bit disappointing. I'm going to talk you through this gameplay, my decisions, and wanted to bring up movement since I've talked about that in the last tip video, and really look at that in this gameplay. I've had a few of you asking for full gameplays, and it's sort of challenging to do that, mainly because I don't get a lot of gameplays where I feel like you guys should sit and watch 6 minutes of 4v3 or players quitting out. That's really what I'm running into a lot of times, is when the opposite team looks like they're not going to win, they usually just end up quitting out. But this is an exception. I really like this free-for-all gameplay here on Lockdown, and I think it's a good way for me to talk to you about my decisions here. And this is a mistake right off the bat, and I do notice this after watching it. I left the sword on that ramp, the BR ramp, instead of picking it up, mainly because there was a sniper over on S2 shooting at me. You probably didn't see it, but I could hear it in the gameplay. Those shots were whizzing right past my head, and instead of taking the risk, I went back onto the library instead of going over to BR ramp and picking it up. In doing so, the same player that originally had the sword comes at me and chases again. He shows off the sword in the wrong way. You never, with the sword or the shotgun, can charge straight at somebody and expect a kill with it. You have to use it as a deceptive tool and get them into that ring. So he walked into the ring. I'm going to win that engagement 9 times out of 10. In this situation, he sees I have the sword. I'm not going to win that fight. So I'm going to put myself in a position where he has to engage into me. Now, he's sitting BR3. I'm ready if in case he is in BR2. There's no way to really tell on the radar if he's BR2 or BR3. But I was prepared for it regardless. Something I want to bring up here is movement is a decision. It's part of the decision-making process. And regardless of how much Halo you've been playing, you can make good movement decisions. It doesn't matter how comfortable you are on the sticks, how much you've been practicing your accuracy, or if you can get all of your shots on target. And unfortunately here, I got a little over-aggressive. I didn't think you'd get a library spawn with a guy literally right in the library. In doing so, I lost the best weapon on the map, which is the sword. You want to preserve that sword for as long as possible. Any game type on this map, the sword is probably the best weapon, with the shotgun following up second. The sniper rifle is really, really good, but you do need to understand it's not the caliber or the class that normally you would get. Now, you cannot charge the pistol indefinitely. If you look in the upper right-hand corner, there is a timer that counts down that shows you how long you can charge that pistol up. The noob combo, as we called it many years ago, is extremely good still in these Halo games. It drops a player's shields with one hit of the fully charged plasma pistol, and then you just switch to your BR to clean it up. It's not quite as good in terms of magnetism as the Halo 2 Classic plasma pistol. If any of you are familiar with the Halo 2 Classic plasma pistol, it's incredible. It will curve around walls. It will do unbelievable things. And back to what I was talking in the beginning, I haven't been able to play Halo quote-unquote like as much as I would need to be in shape, basically. What I consider to be in shape is practicing, 2 hours a day, getting regular matches, and just being on the sticks regularly. Think about it this way. If you played Halo every day for 2 hours for 1 month, at the end of that month, you're going to be so comfortable on the sticks that you're going to be able to hit a lot of shots. Your accuracy is going to be on point, and you're just going to be very comfortable with the game. Whereas a player who only plays, let's say, an hour a couple times a week, he's not going to be able to put together the same level of accuracy that other player does. I think too many times players mistake accuracy as the most important thing in Halo. Dropping that shot there was disappointing. Accuracy is very important at the higher end of Halo, and I'm not going to say it isn't important, but I think decision-making and movement can overcome a lot of those accuracy demands. Like, if you're in the right place at the right time and you make the right choice, I think you can beat a lot of players, even if your accuracy isn't like 100% insane. Like, that is a disappointing shot right there to miss. But ending up picking him up, I don't know why he went back on the bridge. It was a little bit confusing there. As it turns out, I'm getting pushed right now. I'm going to push my way back around. Since I've got 2 plasma nades, I'm in an okay position. He runs directly at me, making the easy no-scope melee happen. I'm comfortable with this sniper a lot more than I was in Halo 4. Reach, I felt very comfortable with the sniper. Unfortunately, the stinking dinosaur's head is really hard to hit there. Almost dying right there. Missing that melee was very disappointing. Trying to control the snipe hut right now. In free-for-all, I'd much rather have the sword or the shotgun. It's a little bit easier to control as we hit the frenzy. And then this guy, I just missed my 2 no-scopes, unfortunately. I probably should have backed down after the first one, but I knew there were 2 shots left in that sniper. Wanted to finish it up. Get lucky here with the bottom sword spawn, but unlucky with the fact that the sword is not out. Whenever you have that sword controlling the bottom areas of the map is really important. The top area of the map is kind of unique in the fact that you're usually going to get seen by a lot of people. If you're going to cross no man's land, top mid, you really need to be careful or have a clear purpose for going across that no man's land, because a lot of people are going to see you. Huge mistake here. Look at that grenade I threw mid-fight. He had an escape route to the left, so he could have easily dodged that nade. And when I throw a nade, I waste so much time in that animation, and it's just not helpful mid-shot string. I've talked about it in a lot of replay reviews. I've told you guys not to do it. It's very easy to do. Why? Because if they're playing around cover and you think, oh, I'll just take him out easily with that nade, you don't realize how much time is wasted in that animation, especially when they've got an easy sidestep and they just keep putting shots on you. Picking up the sword here, but we're not going to get a long spree with it. The first player that ends up running into me has the shotgun. The shotgun is very hard to see what a player has. It's challenging for me to notice if it's like a BR or not. See, like in that short time frame, really hard to see that the shotgun is in his hand, whereas the sword, very easy to telegraph. So you'll see a lot of players keeping the sword not their primary weapon and then switching to it right before getting the kill, mainly because you need that element of surprise to get players to come into that small circle of play. Getting lucky here with the dinosaur, just sort of derping, and this guy again leaving that sword out, making it way too easy. I think it fell off the map. If it did, we're going to get that respawn timer to begin again here in about 20-30 seconds. Again, the dinosaur gives me a lovely kill. Somebody pushing up the ramp right here. He didn't have much damage in him. I'm not going to push here because grenades on that top-down angle, you will die 9 times out of 10. So we push around when I feel like he's out of frags. Get a nice 4-shot on the guy, that perfect 4 as we like to say. And as the gameplay wraps up, I just want to bring up this. My accuracy is not the best, but you can overcome that, I think, with movement decisions. When I had Sniper BR, I'd hang out over on S Tower, where I'm at right now, working angles that were more beneficial for the BR, distances more beneficial for a BR or Sniper. When I had the sword, I tried to play tight spaces and corners to make use of that. And I hope that you can take this into your own gameplay, and do go out there and try the FFA playlist. I think it's the best working playlist right now, so you don't have to worry about the uneven teams. I think we have another patch coming this week. I'm quite a bit more optimistic about the Master Chief Collection than I was last week. If you're having a rough time with it, all I can say is just take a break or hang tough. Things will get better, I promise. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'm BBKDRAGOON, and we'll see you next time.